Tom Ingram, 12 races left, 30 points behind. This weekend is it, isn't it?
It's an important weekend. It's a very, very important weekend. It's starting to get into the business end of the season now, so every point matters. Not that it didn't for the rest of the year, but somehow when we start to get to this point of the season, you really start to notice the points. You really start to analyse them a lot more than maybe you did at the first sort of 2-3 rounds. So, yeah, it's an important time. We need to be scoring big points, and we need to start closing that gap now to Ash, because he's starting to scamper away with it, which we don't want.
Yeah. So when you crunch the numbers, I mean, the obvious thing that comes out of it, you can't afford to let Ash Sutton open that gap any more this weekend.
No, of course we can't. And you know, I can look back to 2018 when it was Colin and myself going for the title. I think at one point it was about 70 points. So by no means is the high 30-40s out the mix. We're going to still keep pushing, of course we are. We need a little bit of luck on side to start to claw that advantage back, but we go to 2 circuits now that I really enjoy. I come to Crofton, it's one of my favourite circuits, and we go to Silverstone next, which is another one of my favourites. So actually from that side, from my own personal readiness, if you want to call it that, I feel in really good shape. I feel excited to get going for this weekend. I think it's going to be fairly mixed conditions on Sunday, which might throw a few unexpected turns, but it'll be great.
What is it about Croft that you really enjoy then?
I don't know what it is. I've always gone really well here. Like I say, it's a circuit I naturally just enjoy driving. It's probably almost more like a go-kart circuit, you could say. It's quite a technical, twisty circuit. There's quite a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff to make sure you've got your car positioned in the right place, so you can hit that bump, throw you onto the next one, and turn the car like that. So it's just a circuit I really enjoy. It's a difficult circuit, and when you've done a quick lap round here, you kind of know about it. It feels ace.
Yeah, and really challenging corners and complexes. The S's in particular, people seem to regard as, you know, one of the sort of landmark corners of the championship.
It's a really unique circuit. There's not many circuits that you have a bit of everything. You go to Thruxton, for example, it's flat out for the whole way. You go to Knockhill and everything is a little bit slower and a little bit more stop-start. Well, here we've got a bit of everything. You've got the sort of the slower mid-speed stuff at the start of the lap. You've got the high-speed stuff out the back with the Jim Clark S's, and then we've got the slower bit towards the complex. So it's actually a circuit that we do a little bit of testing at over winter, because it's a good circuit to get a car into the right kind of area and the right sort of place. So yeah, it's a challenge for the drivers. Now it's been resurfaced. Not only have the lap times tumbled, but it's actually brought the front-wheel drive cars slightly more into the mix against the rear-wheel drive, because, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, we would have written this place off as it's a rear-wheel drive circuit. Now we can start to close that advantage a little bit more and get slightly closer to the rear-wheel drive cars now. So what we can make up in sort of Sector 1, Sector 2, we lose in Sector 3, but actually the net gain, net loss is very similar now, which is, from my point of view, fantastic.
Yeah. And other things in the mix this weekend, soft tyre option. Do you fancy a bit of rain on Sunday?
Of course, I always fancy the rain. We'll probably go slicks if it rains as well. It seems to be a trait that I've had around here. As soon as it rains, you bang the slicks on and go backwards. But it's a circuit that does end up with a few mixed conditions. The weather seems to roll in here out of nowhere. But actually now, as I say, it's been resurfaced. The grip levels around here are insane. I think we're only about 6 or 7 seconds off a wet time than we do in the dry. So it's a quick lap now. Now it's been resurfaced, and yeah, from that point of view, it changes the racing dynamic, because we don't have to be searching for the grip quite as much. We don't have to be searching around the outside of corners to generate lap time. So from a racing point of view, we can all press on a little bit. So it's great.
Well, we wish you the best. A little bit of a change behind the scenes as well within the team this weekend. Nick Halstead comes in. Rick Parfitt has sort of succumbed to his back injury a bit, but he's here, which is giving support, which is quite classy, isn't it?
Absolutely right. No, it's great to see Rick. He's as much of a fan of racing as he is taking part in it. So yeah, like you say, it's a shame that he can't be competing this weekend, but it's great to welcome Nick in, and we've literally just come from a debrief now where we're sort of getting Nick up to speed, and his eyes are out on stalks for the first time. He's driven a touring car in anger around Croft as well, which is a busy place as it is. So his eyes are well and truly out on stalks. But I think he's down to have a great weekend.
Yeah, he's going to learn some more tomorrow, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
You have a good day.
Thanks, Steve.